Welcome to my very special broadcast with one of the friends that we've had and known from other countries that he's a great apostolic. Having the authority spirit is this. I can mention what when he mentioned liberty. So if you don't know anything about liberty, I talk to you about most of the connections that the Lord really have for his great men and people who are really warriors of the word and warriors on the mission for the Lord. This is it, to have the dominion taking over the universe, taking really everything and considering the situation as led by the Spirit and through the power of the Lord. Now, if I also come through when I'm coming, things begin to shake, things begin to change. Because if I haven't really been on the live for any teaching or ministry, it doesn't mean I'm not working. Like all that is working even in the loudness of my silence or in the loudness when I'm on the mission silently, doing something else is the same thing that I'm showing. But that is what the world at large, where the Lord is ministering, even in the silence, that they told you it cannot fail. So the fact that I keep quiet doesn't mean the world will fail. It is only going to be on the calendar and the decision for the Lord that if he has really predestined that it will fail, it has to fail. You can't do nothing about it. Now, I'm also getting introduced to some of the things that I can do that you can see him live right now. So he that is live with the original channel is what I'm showing you. I talk to him on his own channel live. And we talk publicly, internationally, on his own media, on his own channel. And those were how we came up to build the world. Now, for many years, I have known him, but it doesn't mean I've really received what you want to say it is. But my portion, I know what I give and what they also can do. So sometimes, for you to have anybody testify of your great business in the Lord, what do you do? You just really have to show that I work in the office. He used to tell that he also worked. And that a time had to come for him to go through the hell of it. And he become just somebody like you don't know. That a mission for his prayer working. Authority, the spirit work is showing. So only those who really have been given greatly. You see what I called him or appointed him was the liberty. The word liberty. So the word liberty is US. So that he couldn't stand against myself. That's it. That's why sometimes they can even work and then they ask me on their live broadcast, come on the stream, and then we'll be talking one-on-one, and then you'll be asking, how is the service? Then I can tell you. So this is how we do it. It doesn't mean that they don't do things that I really say that is against the law. They do things, but it can be against the law when you don't know anything about what is against the law. They are with the spirit, they are already working. But there are things that are... Why? Because that is how it is in the levels, the dimensions. And I also do something he might think that he would not really like in it. But he doesn't have to have what I have to do that he may like or not like. Why? I'm the virgin, so I don't have to have anybody try to say a word which is against the Lord. I'm the Lord myself. For the January Aquarian, the same liberty, that's myself. So that the Lord who predestined the millennium age, that is the same word that I told you what? The Lord will make a war. Either for his good cause or for his what? Punishment that is again the good cause. So if I have to come up here live and then I type my name, that means I'm on live with him. How we can see what I'm doing? That you won't tell me that I'm with somebody's what? Or little baby. No, I don't do that. I have really people, if we want to talk about it, yet they have prophesied. Look, I tell you, these people have, the Lord have used them. They have prophesied, they have spoken many things. These are the greatest people the Lord have honored a certain word in their manifesting strength and spirit. So they are making known Sylvester. They are making known their creator. They are making known how we really came with it. So sometimes some of them will come up and then you see what exactly I am that the Lord is giving them to tell me. How great I am is how the Lord tells them every day to tell myself. But it doesn't mean what I may need materially they have given. That's where it's a difference. It's a bit of what mystery again. So the Lord told you already it's a mystery. You see that they have a kind of direction right there. How do you know what it is? If you don't walk on mountains, you don't get to talk about stone or any rock. We walk on it. So when we talk about anything, we are not led by somebody's God or somebody's force, somebody's altar. No. We can benefit from any of them when they come to the level of healing with us. Do you understand that? I cannot just be off the line for somebody to think that, oh, there's nobody. There's nothing. There's really nothing you mean. There's something. What I can do is what I don't have that you want to know, I really have this. That the Lord heed those things that I have. Then I create it before your life. So these are apostles Saul Mutali. Apostle Paul Mutali. His original channel is this. He's live broadcasting right now, ministry and healing. Standing next to the people. Watch carefully. Watch this. How many people are watching? Just about 12. These 12, I'm going to talk about the number. What is the number 12? We are hearing that the country we have created again, they are saying lithium. And the lithium, it's about many times you want to mention it. How we want to talk. So the number, before any spirituality will come up to you to say we made it or we created with our Lord, then I have the right to talk about it because look, how many people are viewing? Only 12. And you expect that 35 million or 33 million people should get healed. Even when they go to church. About all these people that go to church, you just look at it. Look at how many people are watching. If you have found it and you are a part of it among the 35 million or 33, how many are you watching? 12. This is internationally, worldwide. Only the people who are watching. And then he's with also some people right there. So after he has done this, you have to also come to the same session screen, on screen one-on-one again, to be healing you directly. That's what he has fun doing almost every time. Now, when you take, let's say, my cell phones and other things from myself, that I connect with them on WhatsApp, I talk to them, we make video call, we talk, and then I engage with them, and I join them in the broadcast live. When we're doing this, what do you think I have to go and talk about? I don't worship any Malam, I don't worship any Muslim, because the spirit comes to the level where you were called, that's where it is. We cannot say that we are giving our best play to somebody else. So he's the best person, even in my situation, to say, he mentioned liberty. So that liberty, what is liberty? So when you take a definition for liberty, then you understand why US fight for many people, even without what? The people being their children or being their family. That's the archangels showing their love and care for the world the Lord created until they know what they've done. And I'm telling you that yes, this is how far they have destroyed even my own self returning. You see how they did it to him. So they did to everybody. Then we tell you, you can't be prophesying to people who are working. Then I have to return quickly. And I tell you, that virgin authority, if I be the virgin, at the mention of this word authority, if I be the Lord, I don't have to have any word letter describing myself. I can only declare, I can only creed, I can only make it known. How? We said what? The number 12. Let's go on live. Let's go on internet. I think you want to learn. So let's earn. Where we talk about earn and L. Yesterday we talked about what? Joshua and their elders, where the Lord instructed them to earn or to learn. Then right after that, you see what? What happened? They are telling wealth. So let's go talk about it. We will talk about the nickel. You know, nickel is in OT region. And then we also have what? We also have another thing. We also have another thing as that one is also what? They are talking about lithium. And the same lithium have a share in Volta region. So there are a lot of wealth that we should discover. That we have to discover. That we have to discover. So when we have to discover something nice, so I have to have myself, I'm not a bra. I am a spirit of myself. I don't have a bra. I am not the one who have any bra. I don't have any family connected to somebody's family. I am on the live, doing what I'm supposed to do as healing. So I don't have to have somebody. But I'll be right back on this channel because I'm working. There's nobody who should call me brother. The child cannot call me brother. A child is a child. You understand? A child is a child. A child is a child. So an elderly person cannot call a child a brother. I'm not a brother to anybody. As I'm not a sister to anybody. Where I have been called, that's what I'm doing. You are not been called yet. You are not anywhere close. What is a brother is a prophet. Not a child. I'm not a baby. Come on! I tell you the decree of the Lord. Move by the sword of the liberty now. Come on by the authority of the sword of the liberty. Move by the authority of the Aquarians. Come on by the authority. Move by the Uncle Ra. Come on the devil out of there. Move by the come on. Move and break away from my channels. Move out right now. When we are beginning to talk, I am not your level to be talking to somebody your level. You don't have to call anybody on your level in your language. So I'm talking about things that are above you heavenly. Not children call you brother. I don't have any brother. So that you call us brother. I told you I don't want to have anybody call me brother. I don't need anybody call me brother. I don't need it. Where we talking about war, you can't call me brother. I hate you. What about that? When I'm talking about the truth, I don't want any brother. I don't want any sister. That's my work. Whether you are crazy or mad, we are giving the power for healing. Whoever it will heal, that it heals. I don't have any brother. What about the devil? What about the authority of unclean spirit? What about the authority of water spirit? What about the water's authority dominion? What about the authority of authorities? You have people into trouble. When you call me brother, you see that my voice is sounding like a kind of a flame. Children crying. I don't have any brother. What about the release of this voice? When I'm doing things of seniors or heaven's authority, don't come call me. I don't have a child. How do you call somebody a brother? I don't want to be a man and second man to somebody. My Bible release that authority. My by the authority of the living God, magical strength of the Lord, archangels, and strength of the pastors, apostles, authority of liberty. So the number 12 continues to show. Let's get to it. I don't have any brother when I'm talking about learning. Learning is what? My brother, learning my wife, learning my everything. Earning is a wealth of glowing. Murder the devil out. The map of the devil. Murder the devil out. So that I don't be changing my world into children world. I'm not the world of children. I've never come from children. Because in heaven without any child. I've never known any child. I don't want anybody to come and call somebody's family. I'm not a family. I've never given at 38 years. I've never married. I've never had sex with anybody. Get the fuck out of there. When I'm talking about people who honor who I am, not children. I don't need somebody begging or whatever. I'm talking about reality. They are all the demonic spirit. When we are ministering, you have to go and know your level. I'm not a witchcraft level. I am not a child, and I'm not called level or media way to somebody's kingdom that I take myself out. Wherever I've appeared in that brother, that come out. I'm not a snake. I'm not a level with anybody, irrespective, whatever age. I am not your level. You can't call me level of yourself. I'm a virgin. No child is a virgin. Rubbish. But they're rubbish out of here. That's what they have been doing to rob people. That's why we call it the term rubbish. You are not a size. You are not at my level. You are not my father. You are not my son. You are not my daughter. I don't think somebody losing somebody to have a new father. I don't have a child. I don't want you. You don't know the war. Anybody that make war should tell you why I don't have this, I don't have that. It is the following obedience of the Lord that make who I am what I am. Not that I am giving birth and I'm hiding it. I have never impregnated any woman. They should come and tell you the size of things that we call in Lord. So let's talk about this. I'm hearing that the news, they say lithium. We're going to go look for the word lithium first. What is lithium? The number 12 right there, he said, I've been having my name as it is given. So when I'm talking about one, in one place, I don't have a brother. I was not born with any brother. Don't call me brother. I'm not a partner. I'm not out of the house. I'm not anybody that they gave birth with a brother to whatever. They are working. The healing is not for me. So first of all, let's take a look at what number is what? What is this? Even the number 12, I don't need to talk about it. It's 3, just to say my name. And that's West. So when we discover all those things, you have to know it. Now, what is the word lithium? The word lithium. Lithium, just watch carefully what I'm saying. And look at this number here, 1817. Now, we're going to talk about quite a number of it because I need to be a real quick one on this very channel as it is showing myself. When I dress in my suit jacket and I'm a position manager, you are not a brother because you are not a manager. You are not a brother because you are not above 18. Of course, I'm not a level with any human being. I am the one, not even level with God. God is not my level. Jesus is not my level. All those things are not approvable because I've never built any of them, so I can't trust them for what they are than their works. And when they go wrong against the law, I have to prove them wrong. That's why it rained. It rained here this day. It rained and we found a cloud again. We are not the one who care about somebody making you dirty than keeping the rule. So whatever the rule is, that's it. So the word lithium does not come from what mythology in the traditional sense of gods. Do you understand it? So this is the word we're beginning to make. That you have to understand, I'm not a level with any child or any God. Because they should be themselves and not myself. Don't come and prove yourself before myself. Go to your territory. I have never given birth. I've never inserted my penis into any place that you think they say that's the path. I have no path in anybody than how the Lord prophesied. I will have a son. So I'm not having somebody bear for me. You are not the architect of child nor an elderly. I don't want any issue with somebody. What I'm learning, let me earn. I don't need you and your gods. Once right now we begin to talk about lithium, then there's a God. Gods right there. Because you don't know what it means. So it is that way we want to say that the trade. The business means trade. So when you're going to have a trade or transitional things. Now, the sense of gods and goddesses. But rather from the Greek word for stone. So you see, some of you make a stone a god. You make a wood a god. However, the same way you try to have it, now we are telling you what it means. How you can have the same lithium as a god. It is that way they are trying to make you understand. Now, watch carefully what I'm saying. So it's a stone. Lithium is from the generation of a stone. So that they are telling you simply that, not that the fact that being a stone or related to this level, that should make you worship it as gods or goddess. That's what we say. I don't have a brother. I've never been born with any man. So if you have anything that we call S to say pinna on your side as a man, you are just carrying it. I've never been born with the same. It means that nobody has defiled how I came. I was born with only one key. That one pinna little. That little thing is the only thing that I've ever passed through. The medium, the kingdom, the best that we have for keeping the rule. My word have never come. There's no man who have ever passed through the vagina that I came from. That's why I have to mention it louder. Because we have the word Virginia. Virginia is a word as we're trying to say. So that if a Virginia is a town, a country or state, when you get to the state that you are living, so you are living inside Virginia. To say you are living inside vagina. Do you understand? It's like a home. That's where you stay, that's where you live. That's what it means to say Virginia. To say Virginia. The same word is Virginia. So when you are saying we live in a part of the US or America as Virginia, you are saying you live inside that word as a vagina. That's a place you stay. You sleep in there, you eat, you do everything. That's also a home to them in the sense of heavens. But it doesn't come to your level having vagina as a small pot where somebody is what? Having sex to endorse things and defiling it. That's not. You can be in the Virginia and you not break a law. When you break a law, you'll be held under that arrest. Now the names origins, watch carefully. The name's origin is tied to the unique what? Circumstances. You see, that's what we're going to talk about. Circumstances for what? For its discovery in the early 19th century. You see, that's my grade. Do you want us to see my grade? You want us to see the 19, which is the G1. This is 1 plus 1, 9. 10, that's 1, the same year again. I have this thing every day 1 with myself. That's my name, Sylvester Kwesi Bekwin. Watch. Let's type it. You don't know. That let's see if truly discovered the thing that the Lord was. Let me type it. Sylvester. Sylvester is what? How many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kwesi is what? What carefully? Kwesi is what? Kwesi is also K. You want to say W-A-S-I. That's 5. Then Bekwin again. Bekwin is what? Bekwin is what? Also 5. So that 5, 5, 10, 9, 19. That's a red here. So I'm the only one who return with what? The excellence beyond any force and gods. Whatever they do to this against this, they will never be forgiven. I'm telling you. By the decree of the universe, by the decree of my word, and the decree of my millennium, which is nobody's God, than my true self coming and returning with the saints. I decree and stand firm and greatest that whatever I say, it shall not fail, because already the Lord has prophesied with any country, idol or country forces and country angels or territorial forces. And the prophets, they have all spoken. Even from this country to anywhere, and from the land I was birthed. My first prophecy from the land I was birthed in Koyan Temple. And from that place toward west, and any other part of the world, how do I become what? A person who is under your unclean. When I'm the one healing, what have you prayed that I should heal you? That they said discovering this. So watch carefully. Now, in the 19th century, and we also located in what century? In the series here. Now watch carefully. Now, discovery in a mineral in 1817, whose number also goes with this. That the Swedish chemist Johann August Alfred Sen said what? They identified a new element while analyzing a mineral called petalite. So you know what it means? Elita or etylate. You know what it means? All this is simply going to sound tempo again. If I sound it well. So let it be the way it is. If I want to sound the word again. So that's what it is. Watch carefully. That found on the Swedish island of what? Uto or Otu. That's how you have to have it. Now, a unique source, at the time, the only other known alkali metals, sodium and potassium, had been discovered in plants. You see why they discovered those things? Alkali metals, sodium and potassium had been discovered in plant materials and animal blood. Look at the miracle. Who do you want to say should come and tell you this? Do you want to believe it? That's how they discovered it. So it is written. And that is why you are seeing metal in somebody. That's why you don't have to suffer something. We are beyond element. That's why we said don't come close to tell us anything. You are not a child of royal. Don't come and call a senior most person as your level. You don't have to say this. If you know nothing, say a teacher. Say this as honored in a position. Don't call me brother. I'm not your brother. I am not a child. I'm not the one who work with children. I don't work with dwarfs. So I don't have any dwarf calling me a brother. Once you are not my level, you don't call me a name. I told you that you and I are not been born to any one woman. I am the only one man, one female, one beauty, one element, one angel. Born to the one who made the heavens and kingdom. I'm not born to a layman. I am not born to a layman. Don't ever think I am the one who made you what you are in your spoil. I am not born to a layman, let alone poor man. I am not born to those things. It is my work. What I'm doing shows what I'm doing. When you get healed, you would have saved money other than going to hospital or what, pharmacy. So that's why I came and add to you wealth, or to maintain what you have already, that you may get value for it, for healing. I'm not the one who came here taking money from every one of you or trying to do. This source, they say, a unique source. And at the time, the only other known alkali metals, sodium and potassium, had been discovered in plants, materials, and animal blood. You watch that, right? Then the name lithium or lithium, and having the name called Yos, Yahub, and Barzelius, head of what? They say what? The head or leader. So I don't say head. So leader, or he's an add to somebody. So he add to somebody. That's why you want to say head, but I don't want to say head because that won't be head. That's how most people, you have made yourself become head only. Head bigger than the flesh. I don't want to do that. I'm not a fish. I'm not the kind of people, and I'm not those beasts that look themselves in what? Head like. No, I'm not one of you. I train from up and down, press and squat and those. So don't come and change my word. If not, I will never agree with you until I destroy you. I am telling you, I challenge you. When you fuck around, and this question that learning, I will never forgive you because I'm telling you, you and the Lord and Jesus, don't come close to my work. I'm doing my work. You are not the teacher and you are not the examiner. When I finish, prove it, Alessi. That's you. I will now call you to prove it. You are not a baby, and if you think so, and I'm not a baby, don't make people work with us. Well, I'm not a baby born. I am not a person whose parents came and I was teenage, and bring up this. They were in the most age. That is what? 3 things. You don't know what is 3 things. That age is above you. That age was not in the 20s. They have not given birth to us in your age. Now watch carefully. Well, these had to be what? Of the what? Laboratory where Watson worked. Named the new alkali lithium or lithium or lightina to reflect its mineral origin, as the name saw what? A derivation, or this name was derived from the Greek word lithos. So aito or aiox. So it's like you want to say aiox, but lithos. That meaning what? Stone. That's what begot the word stone from lithium. So when they say you have begun something, I discover rocks and things in the mountains of Oti or in Konya mountains. So these are archaeologists. So when we come with something, then I've truly proven that there is something which you don't know, the world don't know. But I've been led by the Bible spirit and the many generation Aquarian and everything to that place without pouring blood, no libation onto something. I didn't go to the mountain with cup or water with anything, let alone play to eat from or spare or whatever. I went there standing, working and talking and declaring. Having no book, no Bible, no Quran, nobody. So I have not sent anybody there than only the one it was called and given. If you don't know what the Lord has predestined, that the glowing of the one that they say must be taken to the top before we can walk on this level. When you try anything, let that very day carve you up like this. Because we are talking about reality. So when they say they discover in the school or whatever, I'm telling you the reality. Where I've never been yet, I have been gone to, or they take it to the level, and I saw it. The Bible said he will lead you to what? Searching places, and for secret places, or where he has hid what? Wealth. This is what we say. We are not saying the name of somebody in the name of somebody. No, go and find it. If you claim you are one that is called and champion, go and locate it. If you can go there by the Spirit, let it lead you. I have never been led anywhere astray. I am more than just a conqueror to create for a world we live, better world for ourselves. And watch carefully. That this goes on to saying this, that we say that word litho or lithos in the Greek word is what? Stone. So when we say litho or lithios, It means stone. So when you have the word lithium, they thought they discover a stone. That stone is worth something and something. And they told you what? Some of these things which they found also in other plants or minerals or materials. Now watch carefully. That the name was later standardized to lithium. Now watch carefully. Therefore, the mythology associated with the name is what? A scientific one. You see, scientific one means upon discovery, upon what? Exploitation, experimentation. But as for me, led by the true spirit, archaeology, straight to the places. I tell you, I'm not saying somebody say. I'm the one saying it. If you have money, let's get to the location. There you know what the Lord by the Spirit that led myself to what I have to do. On the mountain, you don't know. You can't go there for your just walking sake. If you are not a virgin, or if you are not being led by a virgin, do they not tell you that unless an angel, or unless the word angel or spirit lead you to where you are claiming you want to be? So in this context, let's end here. I won't say so much about it. Now, we have also discovered what? This word to be as it is right in my conversation. We just don't want to talk about things, but let's talk about what? So to say somebody discover, I want to tell you, I know these things, and then I'm telling you how we create. That's why I've been working and creating. So that I tell you, stop placing stone, this and that, or whatever. But we create rather those things. Like just a few hours ago, what you saw as a cloud, the cloud of glowing light, and it rained. Did you not see it? It rained and you didn't know. Because you were not walking outside, you were sleeping somewhere. So what you were doing or fun doing with your name and Jesus and God wasn't the same thing that I was doing. So I know the truth from their life. The first year rain, latter rain, I've received it. On the day 6 and 7, between 6 and 7. Day for the first week. So watch carefully. Now, what they are going to say in this place. So that we are not actually our enemies when you know what is right. If you are not being trained for this, you cannot go there. So watch carefully. Watch here carefully. So let's get to the level where we have what? Now what? Therefore the mythology associated with the name is a scientific one, as they say what? This generation is what? 1. On E. Or the year 2026 is simply 1. Only 1 number 1. So it can't work with any brother sister thing unless we call or appoint you. I told you there are things that are original. Which you cannot say you are the one who wrote it before or you write it. No, it is original. That's the Lord's appointment. So that in the year that they are talking about that discovery, you have to know that truly the Lord is working something out. Because I'm a creator, I told you I'm a creator. If I don't create, we won't be getting this. Because you can't even get those things if there's no creator. So watch carefully what I'm saying. Now it said disguising or distinguishing it what? As the only alkali metal found. You see, that's also metal they are talking about. The only alkali metal found in a solid material or stone source. So you see that when you are talking about lithium, you are talking about the same thing as what? Metal. But do you not know these things? That's what the Lord is showing you. That if the Lord be among them or with them, you have to see this. And I talked about several trillions for dollars in the number like that, 12. Can you stand it? Now, separately, in the context for medicine or medicinal values or purposes, where lithium carbonate is used as a mood stabilizer, like yourself, you are annoyed, or you are not really yourself, then they have to use that purpose, that act to what? Heal you, to just control you, to just put in a shape or form. Whether you want to laugh or not, we will make you either to laugh or you keep quiet or you do things according to law. Now, some modern academic papers refer to a lithium mythology for the drugs used as for describing persistence, also as what? Unrealistic. Myth as what? So most of them, that's what they use it on paper. So when I talk of reality, it is what the Lord created or what we created. But for them to keep believe and believe is on paper. So until you discover it, you don't have a word for discovery, it's believe. But the archaeologists discover it, so it is what? Reality. So when you have it on paper, is what? Is not as realistic. But when you see it and now transport it and you have video of it, it is now what you cannot doubt. So that's it. That the fear surrounding it, efficiency or efficacy, and side effect. What has not got effect? So watch carefully. Now let's take straight. Let's go to the side where you claim this country has made it. And I was also talking about the nickel. Watch carefully. Let's talk about nickel first. Now they said what? I was asking, has this begun it? They said, no. Mining of nickel that we have also in the Bible, we told you even things that are related to the discovery and creation, because I've really come to work the truth. And as well, that nickel has not yet started what in OT region commercial. So it says what it has not really started. Yeah, they told you in October, September, thereabout, that November, that it will start. They have breached the law. Watch carefully what they are saying. Because they told you that they will do it in a certain year. The year have also gone past again. Now, this is commercial grade deposit for the mineral were only discovered recently in April 2025 during ongoing iron ore exploration. And then they say what? This is what I can say. All I can say is that. So I won't talk about it much about it. I won't say it because we've already had it. It's on my channel. I am not the person to have somebody talk about it and I don't see it. Then I go and be defending. No. We are saying once you bring it to the internet, the world, where you deceive the world is on internet. When you change it, they will know. So be careful and do according to the word and the law, because I'm the serious one creating as it rain live. Is that not discovery? We made it. So we couldn't lie. So that which connects with the Lord and appointment from the Lord cannot be a liar. So when I lead a path and we create, you have to see it in reality, because I have never lied to somebody. Even if I lie to somebody, that's for you to be saved or to have your portion according to who you are. Now, if they want to talk about a part of it, let's say a part of it as nickel says what? Now, the key regarding to the nickel discovery in what? In OT region actually what? Had its face that the find was a breakthrough made by the what? The GH Integrated Iron and what? Metal Development Corporation, which is the GIIS DEC. And the what? And the GH Geological Service or Survey Authority, that is GGSA. Now, this is what I can say. Let's end right there. Let's take what the special word for today. I've just discovered that we need it. So let's find out what's going on. Now, what's happening? That I also asked again that something has been discovered voter in that area. We create, that's why you are saying it. So I brought the life and wealth because it's my word that we will have the wealth. So whatever you go up and say has nothing to do with education of somebody. It is what? The word that create, because I told you, and the word became as it is. That's why the word indeed, they said those who trusted in this or on this person, it won't fail. So watch carefully, that in this country, they say what? Commercial quantity for lithium. That's why I'll be saying, when they say off, I'm turning the thing on. Because if you are not the one who can control on, so it is off and you don't know what is off. For lithium have been discovered according to what is right before us life. Because I create every day. Even what we've done so far, you have no idea. Watch carefully, so many things they are going to mention right here. It will surprise you. Discovered in what? In the central, where is central? We have like areas like Cape Coast and those areas. We have also Volta. Where is Volta? In the region Volta, where Nkonya is a part of Volta and the same time what? OT region. So Nkonya is the only one who have portioned many portions to be born and live with. Let's say that's what they are trying to say. So somebody trying to say sister or brother. That's what they were trying to say. Because we are let's say we have lived with one house. And let's say I've grown and I've built my my personal house. That's what it means. To be, let's say, Voltarian in the first place. But that they tell you, the most mature senior have been given new place. Which is, I have built those people and built myself again. So that to be what? In the Volta region, and also, you won't be surprised. And then we created what? Nickel for OT region again. Look at the discovery and things that is happening. That they tell you. Now, then we also have Western region. Where is Western region? You know that already. And then they have also, they say a part also Ashanti region. Now, what is going on there? They say the most significant and advanced discovery is the Ewoya. That's what Ewoya. Ewoya or Ewoya. So Ewoya is the name, but we won't say it that way. So I'm sounding it in the language of Nkonya before you are getting what it sounds. Whether I've ever known this or not. Then they say what? Project. So in Ewoya or Ewoya project in the central region near Mankesim. I am the one who went to Mankesim. One of the king who have a hospital. He has a nursing. That don't say hospital. He has a nursing training school. That king in Mankesim, the Mankesim chief, who have a nursing training school. I have visited. I work for him. I work in his own White House. So you see why I can mention it? So that you won't be saying, you know things like this anyhow. That's why I have to point it out. As a king, he was, or a part of the kingdom, in this jurisdiction, having a school, which is nursing training school. That person I have worked for also in the house, being with them in the house with their wife, and then they have to cook for me whilst I'm working on television and vision satellite. On the white wall, how can you be a dirty person and work on white wall? Like on the screen, how you see the thing display. Do you understand it? That I cannot just mention man can sim. I have all these things. My network, let's say my people, my work service is not the level of a small person. Not the level of a person becoming voted to. No. I am that person. That's what they say. When you know him, that it is indeed the millennial Aquarian, you won't take my place. You have no power. I dare you. You have no power. Tell God I say he has no power to come and take a place that he has not. That's what they say. If you are not the learned one who truly joke with it, your person will be given to somebody. And I dare you, fasten my authority and dominion from every place. Oh my gosh. Did it not begin with apostolic or liberty and healing? But are we not telling you what we do that create the things? Then he said, well, which is poised. You see, you heard a word like poised. And they can say poison. You don't know. That's the deadly things that you have to say brought life. That they told you what? Something that is impossible, because until somebody comes to create, it can never turn to what they say it is. So when you work with something and it doesn't work out, unless the right person comes. So you cannot say you are a state of head or headman. You are not. There's nobody in this world, on this earth. There is nobody unless we give you. That's why unless we appoint you. Because you are not in your kingdom. You are not in your world. You are not born on Sunday. You are not born in January. You are not born the one who returned Aquarian kingdom, millennial return. That's why only those who do the thing according to the law, liberty, and war. That way we make a war, you have to have the wealth. Because the Lord made them, allow them to make war against us, and we made it and win it. We have to show them their portion. That's their portion. We cannot say in the name somebody stand between. Never. Never. And work. And so that I said, which is poised to become West Africa's first lithium producing mine. Who's trying to talk about mines? Mines Day. My sequel. Even when I showed you, I post these things to what? I won't even talk about it. You know, it's already the same chapter. I can show you why I talk about these things. That when you fail to learn or watch, you are failing to obey the law. You are breaking the law and you are saying you obey somebody you call in your religion. I don't have any religion you believe. Now, this project is being developed as what? The Australian company, Watch a Berry. This Australia and Austria. That is my silent night birth. The same silent night New Year. There is a war they made in Austria. That you are seeing the thing already. That is what? The Australian company, Atlantic Lithium, in partnership with what? Piedmont or Piedmont Lithium. I feel like we got in enough. When we talk of wealth and I'm creating it and they are telling you they are discovering. What? The Lord has been so faithful. That's what you should say. Because you cannot come and make myself little. And then where we have the reality and you are saying it's a joke. No, we have the power to create. So once you have the power to create gold or metal or things that is possible with the spirit according to what we learn, so it is the Lord saying, don't forget that he gave power to make wealth. Even in what? Deuteronomy and Exodus, all those things. That don't forget that it is he, the Lord, that gave power to make wealth. So you don't have the power to come and rob or carry my things away. You have the power to say, truly, it is what I have done as a virgin obedient, and the war that I made which didn't end in destruction, yet is beyond that thing. Then I prove my complete self. How I can stand before any world and tell you, what do you know? Go and sit down. We are talking about wealth. We are talking about wealth. I created. I am the one who have been making math. And then my hand and my leg, they work. I don't just make math. My hand prove it. The lighting. We made the rain and you say what? Who created the thing? We went and worked at the roundabout, the police and whatever. We have been having checkpoint. It's a spirit. Ping, ping, ping. Then we write it. The one whose kingdom works. That's it. And we told the word pop and then pope. That is the work. That the pope and the pop, they are the same to work as the same. That's also calling helio. Helio and all of that. Look, we're going to have what? We're going to end this part. Or maybe, oh no, let's go through it completely. So what I told you about Kepcos, you're going to know that. Who has been communicating and having it work? If you don't have anything laid If your Lord have not laid an angel in Cape Coast, you won't find the thing. Because why they told you, unless there's a man of the Lord in the area that is appointed before you have any other thing work in the place, that the Lord will visit it. So, now this project, listen here, that is saying what? That location, the main project is in the Cape Coast lithium belt in the central region, I told you, with what? Additional deposit identified in the volta. You think we can create? Is that then the same thing that we tell him? And also what? Western. Do we have the Koforidua in those places? Now, I just want us to know it. And then Ashanti region. Do I have people? All these areas in the world, I have people. So, it continues to say that, what here? That the potential. What is potential? What are we likely to earn or benefit from? That's the potential. What is it likely to heal? Or taking the burden and love? Don't come and fake it. When there's a God that make map and cannot create it, I have the power to make it happen. That is my way, the virgin. Proving the virgin I am indeed. That's why I've been throwing that challenge. If indeed you claim you are, I prove you. The wealth I create. That if I have no one in the crowd, I will have to make it. That when I talk about that, I haven't received any 20. That when I take 20, I have to have 20. Or I have to have 100. That's how we control the world and wealth. Because when I create it, I'm the only one who can control it. If I'm not the one who pray asking or making it possible as the word return, it will never have been myself who can control it. So that no matter what you do, they will tell you, look, the spirit, they will make you something else. If you don't honor who I am, they will untie you, they will throw you away. Let's say when somebody comes to power and then the line is going on, that's why you know who truly made it. The one who made it before he came. He's the one whose path is living on. That is why things are working that way. So that if you don't learn the intelligence of the Lord or from the virgin, who is the Lord? The virgin is the law. You cannot have any God. Prove any God, but he's not the law. He doesn't have virgin. How can you be the law? So the potential that the Eweya project alone is estimated to contain a mineral resource for about 36.8. Yes, we have used this number already. You are not, just watch carefully. 36.8. If I use the word 36.8 right now in the scripture, you are going to see the miracle again. And look at that which you are saying. 36.8 million tons. I don't think there's any world who can talk of this. No, already this one is beyond a world. When they say 36.8 million tons of lithium, there is no world. There's no place for it. Look at what we're saying. I said it is here that they say estimated to what? To have 36.8 million tons. You know what is a ton? A ton, do you know it? This 36.8 million tons. For what? Lithium oxide, and has an indicated life for what? Mine. With what? With potential revenues exceeding $4.8 billion. My channel, whatever I do on it, that save the world and bring the Lord. Is this wealth they are telling you? You don't know. Everything we are saying on my single channel, as a small area, is the same way in the world, the whole world, and in the spirit. That's what they are talking about. If I should have money, ask for the money, that's why we're creating it. When you thought you prophesy, I came rather creating it. The Lord prophesied to myself, and myself prophesied not, but I create a thing. That's my word. So that, watch carefully, that again, to have what? To have what? Potential revenues exceeding $4.8 billion. Now status. That's why when I have something that I'm calling my people, that's Ekoya Tabo, the creator, who made it and calling West. And any other person who follow the word for liberty, you have to know why you fight for this and why you fight against this. You cannot be on the path of wrong to fight against anybody. That will be wrong judgment. But when you're on the path of righteousness and you fight, it means you know already what fight you are fighting. Righteousness war. That they take away from you something nice, which is supposed to be yours, as the Lord decreed and prophesied. So when you fight against that act, that's a righteous work. Just doing it well. Now, what again? Verse 30 says what? A mining lease has been what? Granted. X what? The ministry for the lands and natural resources. Pending finale, parliamentary or what? Or parliamentary, like I want to say parliamentary ratification. You see how the language is my word. That's why I'm pronouncing things without, that's a wealth. This is already wealth. To begin what? To be what? To be as a giant. The word begin means to be a giant. like to be as the giant, resting giant. When you have, let's say, somebody taking off your suffering burden away, that is where they say the word begin. So you cannot just have a word begin and be using it like you've been using in the Genesis or this. No, no, no. The word itself defines the angel or the state of life. There it says what? That completes what? That is for a complete scale mining. We have a wealth, it means the wealth in this country. That's a wealth. So that when I'm calling my people, you see the benefit for calling the white to come to the level we are. And they'll make it possible. You see that when they have to mention Australia, you think we're going to joke. And my channel is the whole world. That we are saying how things are flowing on it. That's what you are seeing, the world as you are seeing large. Because this is the only channel heaven on earth. That's the empire itself. Where the Lord created a vision and you see it happen. Like yesterday, what did I build? That house I built live. You look at it and then they are telling you about something like this. Okay, watch carefully. And then what? Now, developer. Who is the developer? The developer is what? The primary, that's the three things. The word primarily is three things. That's what? The agreement with the word flesh and spirit. That's the word primarily. Developer is what? Atlantic lithium, you see, to have the waters. And I've always had these people almost every time. So that's the spirit that agree. I've always had them and driving around, they are driving around, all of that. I know it. So that's where in the spotlight from the Lord. And also an exploration and development company focus on the what? Critical what? Mineral sector. Now, the discovery has generated what? Significant interest as lithium is a key component in what? In batteries for electric. So if I'm not light or we are not energies, you don't see this thing work. And vehicles what? And electronic devices are essential for the global clean energy. You say clean energy. Are you the virgin? So tell the Lord that is not clean. Go and sit down. I command you, I instruct you. Go and sit down by the authority of what is clean. And transition. You say that's why we say you show the horns where there's wealth. Then I have to instruct them. Go and sit down. Who told you that you should come and talk and think what? You think it's age? I am more than ages. That's why there are a lot of ages and lot for ages. They are all with myself and you don't know them. I am one flesh with the things that happen. And before their original flesh, that's a return with many things. Myself who return with it and telling you who they are. Now you have to see them even in their own flesh. Or you are seeing them invoked. And you are seeing them. And myself also with you physical. That's what we're saying. And look, that's what they are trying to look. Then they are saying Trump is this. And Trump is also showing we're taking over a place. And like, that's it. That's a war to make the thing work. So lithium worth $12 trillion discovered in this country. But the area located, we've mentioned already. And it's showing, I told you every wealth is going to be on YouTube. That's why you have to show wealth if you're also a part of it. So if you are the truth, or if you are really an appointee or appointed from the spirit, you know when the thing begins, it will be your greatest happiness that there are prophets and you use the prophet. What do you mean? That's the purpose for the return with the saints. Okay, watch carefully. Let's see. So you see that they have not started nickel, and they are continue to say that it's under observation in what? Laboratory for test and test. Yet you have missed the deadline. And you are saying this one, they are also talking about it, that one there. You see, all have been awarded already. Oh, so watch carefully. So awarding the real truth, the battle we made, how we made it, the wealth shown. If let's say a country have money, are we not going to eat for free? The wealth is the material, the original creation. That's what makes a wealth of every nation. This money they mention, where are you going to get it from? If this money should be pumped in this country, that's why they say, oh, IMF, what? You see that they bail out or whatever. Because you don't owe somebody. We have money beyond IMF or World Bank. That's why I call for the World Bank to be in the country. That's why they'll be driving around. And that's why Trump is showing you that when I show this, yes, critical point. Yes, we need to protect some things so that you don't introduce wrong in the system. When I say bring, and I heard that you also have what? A special number. The 17th region. You need to create it as, it should be a part of what? This region created. It should be a part of what? Region. A region created. That will be a 17th region because we have 16 so far. So the 17th one should be only for what they are abroad coming. Only the abroad trade. You don't have to have anybody live in that location. Only the abroad law. That's the diaspora. That's what they mention it. That you need to understand that should be for only white people, or the people who have lived, the black Americans. That should be what we are saying. A region that contains only, like how it is what in the black community in the state. That's what we are saying. These are the things that made the thing work. So we have had enough. Let's get to what the brokers live line. So you see what is stone and to the level now boasting of it. So you don't know the meaning. You are already talking about it. You are talking about the wealth, but I'm telling you what made the wealth. This is it, and you have to have it just as very beautifully beauty. Now let's watch carefully. So I couldn't lead a world to destruction because I am not anybody nonsense. What about the devil? Unlock my flesh out of the trouble. What about the Detroit? So you have to know. Some people were talking about many things happening. Yes, if you have to have the Lord and another kingdom millennium, that's the only kingdom millennium that have a creation. To have the Lord himself in the flesh, living with them and making a fight and destroying wrong act. You can never have any wrong idol worshiper altogether. You see that's why even when we began the teaching, they talk about what I was trying to, I make war. So that when we get to the teaching text, those things were there, gods and goddess, and so that you will not go and be worshiping. So some of you, your father didn't know what wealth is. They were rather making it as a shrine worshiping and goddess and gods. Where we have come to create light from the same. Where we have come to create what? Houses and glass. Where we have come to make metals and iron and strips. And they were worshiping it in the dust. That is why it is wrong. And I command you out of here. You can see the channel live broadcast. So he has completed his mission right there. Because today he came quickly. Very quickly. So that's all right. So if you are with a prophet or apostles, you should know what the word means. That when we can, why do you think it has to be 12 people only watching? Yes, that's the original right to have it. So we got it to this end. Let's end the broadcast right as it wait. Oh my Lord. So watch carefully. That's what I'm doing. Don't let somebody rule over the channel. We are talking about wealth. So we got it. So you see how we learn. This is how we earn what they have discovered. So they may talk about it, but until I come and mention it, what do they mean? What do they really mean? That you have a goal and you are saying you are worshiping it as a what? As an idol and you are hungry. You don't know how to what? Connect with it to bring more. Spirituality. How do you call for the good and we didn't say it? That's why I put my name 19 there. The 19th century. Is that your name? No? Are you the 13th, the 12th? And we have proven different dimension. Dimension in the channel right now. Different dimension. Past, present, future. Everything proving the same thing right now. So watch carefully what I'm saying. Maybe on the other note, I'm going to do this in a silent.